Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday on Gaming with ADHD. Today we are going to take a look at the new Kongo Battlefleet set for Dystopian Wars from Warcradle Studios. Set in an alternative steampunk history, Dystopian Wars tells the story of naval battles on the high seas fought by super science-fueled nations all over resources. Now, normally when I am doing reviews or unboxing videos, I am coming to you with products that I have sourced on my own and purchased either for personal use or for a review. But in the interest of full disclosure, I want to let you know that in this case, Warcradle reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in a review copy of this set. I did ask what sort of content they would be expecting, and they just asked that I make at least a couple of videos about it, but the exact content would be up to me. So, with that said, this first video that I'm going to be doing is just going to be an unboxing and just an initial review of the model quality. I do remember getting the rules for Dystopian Wars when they originally released back in 2010 from Spartan Games. But since then, Spartan Games closed its doors in 2017. The game system was sold to Warcradle, and Warcradle has been working to issue the third edition of the game, which was released in January of 2021. They did release a starter set called The Hunt for the Prometheus. It does come with 2 fleets, and they have been releasing new content every month since then. So, that leads us into the Kongo Battlefleet set. This set represents Imperial Japan in the world of Dystopian Wars, and although it can be combined with other Empire sets that are from allied nations such as China, Thailand, or Korea, this particular set is just the Japanese ships. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the set. So, this is going to run you about, on the Wayland Games website, it's £40 or about $55 US, and it comes in this small-ish box. Now we've got the art on the front. We also have a description of everything that we get on the back. So we get the Congo heavy battleship. We get 2 cruisers that can actually be built in 8 different styles. So they show you a lot of the different options down here. You're going to get 4 frigates, 4 automata, and 2 of the Srs Tokens. Now, this is... So first off, we do get a nice box here. They've got the foil stamp on the top and on the ends with the names. Looks like it's a steel or ship steel, something like that. So, and looks like we've got 1 resin model, got 2 bases for the Srs tokens, and then we've got 2 sprues. So let's look at the resin model first. So this is our Congo class heavy battle cruiser. Now, when Dystopian Wars originally launched, pretty much every single piece was either resin or pewter. So in this case, you get the large ship in resin, but everything else is plastic. And I gotta say, the detail on this is fantastic. You can see all of the rivets along the seams. You've got these gun batteries along the sides. All of the piping and the decking. These are some really, really good looking models. Got some detail underneath there. Looks like your command tower. This is great. I like this. I think I actually think the quality on this resin is even better than it was originally. Not that Spartan was bad. I just think this is really, really good quality, and I'm pretty excited to get this onto the paint table. All right, let's see. Can also put it on the table and measure it. So it's a little less than 2 inches wide, about 1.75 inches wide. And then about 5.5 inches long. So pretty good solid piece of resin just for this ship. So gives you some idea on the scale there. All right, let's take a look at some of the plastic now. All right, so as far as the plastic, you get 2 identical sprues. So, yeah, that's why you're getting, 2 cruisers, 4 frigates, and 4 of the automata, because they're basically giving you 2 from each sprue. All right. And we get 2 of these SRS tokens. So these look like they are some sort of aircraft. I will admit, I am way out of date as far as the lore for Dystopian Wars and what they've done to it. I do know that they've changed it so it's just the naval battles at this point. But I do remember back in the day they actually had ground combat. But it was the same rules for the ground combat and the naval battles. So a lot of really good looking detail. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get this in a little bit closer. There we go. So we've got a little airplane there. So Dystopian Wars is set about 1870. It is an alternate history of Earth. So basically steampunk. But they have done really well by switching over to these plastics. Lots of different weapon and equipment options. So like I said, the 2 cruisers can be built in 8 different ways. The heavy cruiser or heavy battleship, whatever, that it has, you can swap out the heavy batteries for missile launchers. So you get some different options there. All right, so this is the underside, which, okay, so yeah, so they're giving you some different details on both sides to make that reusable. That's a good idea. Now I am wondering how well these will magnetize. I'm definitely going to try it at least on the big ship, because I like the idea of being able to swap out the heavy batteries for the missile launchers. Yeah, it should be simple enough to just glue in some magnets and trim off the post, and then just be able to swap those in and out. So overall, these are some fun looking models. Me personally, I usually have a lot more fun building, but I do still want to get these to the paint table. I think even at small scale, I've been painting a lot of BattleTech lately. Even at small scale, you can end up getting some good detail and just have some fun painting. So no matter what, I'm gonna enjoy working with these models. they've done a lot to just pack in these sprues, make sure that you have plenty of options. So, overall, I think that's great. Now, one thing that you will notice is there is absolutely no paper products inside this outside of the box. There are no instructions. There are no, there's no rules, but that actually is not a problem. So, not that one. There we go. All right, so on the Dystopian Wars website, just dystopianwars.com, you'll actually see that you end up with pretty much everything. You've got information about all the factions, just a description of the game, the rules, guides. So you'll notice there were no building instructions. So if you actually come over to the guides, you're going to see assembly guides for all of the different fleets and all of the different plastics that they have. They're just a PDF, but it tells you all of the parts, what all of your options are, what can be added, removed, changed, etc. So I don't have any issues with them not including that, provided you do have access to the internet, which most people do. So not a big issue in my opinion. Now, as far as the rules, they do actually provide the full rules on the website as well. So you can get the PDF of the rules, which is about 45 pages. And then if you scroll down, you're going to see they've got reference sheets. They've got the Victory and Valor cards. Now, all of this is actually included pre-printed in the starter set. But if you want to try it out, you can just pull these. So I could just print these off and, just run some small battles with the cruiser and the frigates, which I might do. But we'll see. I actually know somebody who has the actual game, so I'm thinking I might get together with him and have him teach me how to play. We could do that for another video. Then under the factions, you'll see they've got 8 different factions. So this one is the Empire, and I've actually already opened these up. So there are 3 options for each of these. You're going to see the unit cards, the Orbat or Order of Battle, and then more info, which is actually basically about a 10-page PDF of just background for that particular faction. So looking at the Empire, basically this is what you get. It was most recently updated on January 24th, 2022. I am recording this on February 14th. So the rules are kept up to date. Obviously, it's a nice thing to not have them printed in the rule book, because if they do make changes, any balances, they do have access to it here. Now, personally, I will be honest, I think more companies need to start looking at app development, similar to what War Machine and Hordes have done, and Infinity. I think when games are including those, I think that's a lot better, easier to push out the updates. But at a bare minimum, having the stats for the factions on the website is just fine. So we get all of the different special rules that are available, descriptions for how to make a combined fleet, how to do a fleet from each of the individual factions, add in mercenaries, any additional special rules, the different weapons that they have, and then into stats for all of the ships. And if you want something a bit more condensed, you then also get this on the website, which is just the unit card. So basically these are quick reference cards that you can put in front of you while you're playing the game. And then here is the fiction section. So like I said, you get about 10 pages. This one comes in at 11. They also include some of the art, in this case, just one piece. But, it's a nice way that even if you just want to research more about the game, they're giving you a lot of information that you can just digest without actually having to make a purchase. So good on Wayland for doing that. So needless to say, I am really happy with this. I am very excited. Thank you very much, Wayland Games, for including me in your marketing push. If you are interested in this set, I will have a link to Wayland Games down below. They do ship worldwide. If you're in the UK, they do also offer free shipping. But I also do recommend check out your local game store. Obviously, if you're going to be getting the game, it's better if you have access to local players. So hopefully one of your local stores does carry it, or maybe you can get them to order it in and share it with your friends. So needless to say, for me, I am going to be doing another video to paint these up, and I'm going to see if I can't get myself a copy of the Hunt for the Prometheus so that I can get a couple of more factions and be able to have some options, share it with my kids, things like that. So with that being said, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would absolutely appreciate it. Also, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe to the channel. I've got lots of tabletop gaming material coming up, and I would love for you to come along. I know there will be more Dystopian Wars stuff in the future, but in the meantime, lots of other stuff to check out. But regardless, I thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.